Have you ever woken up at 3 in the morning when the world sleeps and silence envelops everything? And have you ever wondered what the reason could be? Waking up around that time is not in itself an extraordinary event. The reasons why it happens, in fact, can be of different nature, both psychological and physiological. However, if this happens systematically, the reason is not at all random and could be of a spiritual nature, and in this case, you better know exactly the meaning. Thanks to the Zen story that you will hear shortly, we will analyze this phenomenon and go beyond the physiological aspects, delving into the mysterious field of spirituality. So stay until the end, because we will see if those who experience this phenomenon with anxiety, convinced that it is a negative omen, are right. Furthermore, what you discover will certainly help you on your path of personal and spiritual growth, giving you a deeper vision and knowledge of yourself. But before continuing, if you haven't already done so, subscribe to the channel and activate notifications so you are updated when we publish new content. In an ancient monastery located in the mountains of a remote region of Japan lived the elderly monk Kuma, famous for his wisdom and ability to connect with his disciples. One day during a conference, Kuma brought together a group of disciples worried about a phenomenon they had been experiencing for several months, waking up every night at 3 in the morning. "Dear friends," Kuma began, "I am aware that today's topic worries many of you, that there are many questions you want to answer. How many times, waking up at 3 in the morning, have you felt the sensation of fear and restlessness? And how many times have you found yourself immersed in darkness, with your heart beating fast and your mind wondering about the mysteries of life?" asked the monk. The people present in the room nodded, and looking at each other, a shiver went through them. Soon, they thought, the master would finally reveal the reason for those disturbing nocturnal awakenings. While the sunlight penetrated the windows of the monastery and the rustle of the wind reminded everyone of the power of nature, Kuma began to delve deeper into the topic that had troubled his disciples so much. If you have lived or continue to live the experience of waking up at 3 in the morning, you should know that we are talking about a more common phenomenon than you might think, but with very profound meanings. Nocturnal awakenings, continued the monk, are like mysterious melodies that suddenly interrupt the quiet of sleep, and I assure you that they are not simple coincidences, but invitations from the universe to explore the depths of our soul and connect with the magic that permeates the fabric of existence. Kuma led his disciples through a metaphorical journey. Imagine yourself as a solitary wanderer immersed in a sleep as deep as the ocean, he said. Then, suddenly, at 3 in the morning, the sea of your consciousness begins to churn, and the waves of awareness rise, inviting you to navigate the depths of your soul. Sleep, in this context, becomes the nocturnal stage of our journey. Like solitary travelers, we immerse ourselves in the depths of sleep, sinking into the unknown, letting ourselves be carried away by the mysterious current of the night. Our conscience, like a distant lighthouse in the storm, can suddenly awaken at 3 in the morning when the night is darkest, and we find ourselves alone under the starry sky. Here, then, we woke up on this nocturnal journey with our minds illuminated like a lantern that suddenly turns on. The moment of 3 in the morning becomes a milestone, a crossroads on our journey. Remember that, as solitary travelers, we are never completely alone. The night, with its quiet and mystery, is a travel companion, and when we wake up, it is as if our internal lighthouse turns on, illuminating the road we have traveled and the one that awaits us. These awakenings become pauses in our journey, moments when we can explore the map of our soul, reflect on the challenges and joys encountered along the way. Lonely wanderers, awakened in the night, can find inspiration in the stars that illuminate the dark sky. Each star, a memory, a teaching, a hope. The night thus becomes a space for introspection, a pause in the incessant march of life. And so, as we wake up at 3 in the morning, immersed in the silence of the night, we realize that our journey is not only physical, but also an epic of the soul. Each awakening is a chapter, a fragment of poetry in our travel diary. We can welcome these moments as a respite, an invitation to contemplate the beauty of the stars, to rewrite the pages of our destiny. The disciples listened with great interest, and something in the monk's words was helping to transform their restlessness into a sense of inner peace. Just think that behind these nocturnal awakenings, continued Kuma, there is a subtle dance between the body and the spirit. Our daily lives, like earthly dances, can lead to tiredness and disharmony. Sleep, in theory a refuge, becomes the stage where the tensions of our existence are revealed. Nocturnal awakenings are like unexpected steps in the dance of life, steps that invite us to rewrite the score, or part of it, of our existence. Kuma addressed the deeper spiritual causes of this phenomenon, linking night awakening to the concept of universal harmony. The universe is an ever-evolving symphony, and night awakening is the moment in which we can tune into cosmic melodies, he said. As musicians of the soul, he added, we must learn to play in harmony with the vibrations of the universe.
What do you think of these nocturnal awakenings? And what are your experiences? Write it in the comments so we can compare. And in the meantime, if you're enjoying this video, like and share it. Thus, you will help us produce new content every day for your spiritual growth.
The elderly and wise monk enriched his stories with practical examples, telling stories of ancient masters who, waking up at 3 in the morning, received extraordinary inspirations. Imagine the Buddha who, illuminated by the 3 in the morning stars, meditated and entered into harmony with the flow of the universe. Well, you must see that moment as an extraordinary opportunity for growth. Continuing his lecture, Kuma used another metaphor. The night is like a celestial painting, and waking up at night is when the canvas becomes most vivid. Observe the details, the colors that emerge from the shadows. Be the artists of your reality, because the night offers you the perfect canvas to paint your dreams and desires. Kuma, happy to see his disciples more relaxed, explored the dimensions of the mind and spirit, explaining how waking up at night could be a portal to intuition and profound knowledge. The 3 in the morning moment is a gap between the conscious and the unconscious. It is like a secret door that opens, allowing us to access hidden knowledge and profound truths. Welcome these awakenings as keys to open the doors of understanding inner. The monk enriched the story with legends of monks who, waking up in the middle of the night, received teachings directly from the deities. Imagine the solitary monk who, under the night sky, feels the presence of ancient spirits who whisper wise advice to him, he added. Remember that waking up at night can be a bridge between the material and spiritual worlds, because it is precisely at that time that the membrane that separates the two worlds is thinnest. The disciples began to ask an avalanche of questions that arose from the desire to understand this fascinating topic more deeply, and what that nocturnal awakening meant for each of them. So, in answering them, Kuma explored the symbolism of the early hours of the morning, immersing himself in the spiritual traditions of the most ancient cultures. 3 in the morning represents the dead center of the night, a sacred moment when darkness reaches its peak before dawn, he said, smiling serenely. It is as if the night itself kneels, paving the way for a new spiritual day, and the stars, like celestial lanterns, light the path for our inner growth. The monk, happy to share as much information as possible with his disciples, also spoke of the Divine Trinity and the number 3 as representing the unity of body, mind, and spirit. Imagine your being as a temple where the Trinity manifests in every breath. 3 in the morning becomes the time when the architecture of your inner temple is revealed, inviting you to contemplate the sacredness of your existence. The invitation I make to all of you from the heart, added Kuma, is to accept these nocturnal moments as invitations to awareness. Instead of resisting, trying to avoid these awakenings, explore the nocturnal landscape of your soul. Keep a journal by your bed and note down thoughts, visions, and inspirations that emerge. Always remember that every awakening can bring pearls of wisdom that can enrich your spiritual path. But what have we discovered thanks to this journey through the mysteries of 3 in the morning awakenings? That behind the apparent randomness of these experiences, deep and precious meanings are hidden. The night, with its veil of mystery, becomes a stage to connect with the most intimate part of ourselves and with the mysterious forces of the universe. Every nocturnal awakening is an invitation, an opportunity to explore your soul, to tune into higher energies, and to pursue amplified awareness. Therefore, instead of letting ourselves be overwhelmed by fear or anxiety of thinking that this phenomenon is linked to dark omens, we can embrace these moments as precious gifts from the universe, offered to enrich our spiritual journey. Remember that every nocturnal awakening could contain a message, a guide for your inner journey. Deepen your connection with yourself and the universe, and you will discover that even in the darkness of night, there is a light waiting to be revealed.